This Chat with the Experts is brought to you by Angie's List on 93 WIBC.
Welcome back to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List. We have scoured our way through your home's ductwork today with the help of Dave Adams of Alpine Maintenance Group. But we're not done with the show just yet. It's time for that special portion of the show where we welcome in one of the creators of Angie's List online and magazine content. It's our Writer's Block segment. And today we are very happy to welcome back Emily Udell, the Senior Interactive Editor at Angie's List Weekly. It's our mobile content app. Emily joined us last year to talk all about travel and the many forms of available transportation. And today she's back on the show to share with us some helpful information from a few recent issues of the AL Weekly related to creating a healthier home in the new year. She's a fantastic content creator in the Angie's List newsroom, and we're very excited to have her back on the show again. Emily, welcome to Chat with the Experts.
Thank you for having me, Kyle.
Yeah, definitely. As we get ready to talk about some of the steps that you can take to improve your home in 2016, I'm wondering if you had any big New Year's resolutions that you undertook.
Well, I always make a few New Year's resolutions. I have to say I didn't particularly make any for my home this year.
Okay.
But as I was thinking about the question in preparation for the show, I have to add to my list of resolutions that I want to paint my bathroom. It's a terrible shade of blue.
Okay.
So I think that has to happen in 2016.
Yeah, and it can. There's plenty of time left.
Indeed.
You haven't blown any of the resolutions you've made already, have you?
I have so much time.
Yeah, I can't even. I stopped trying just because I never seem to make it even close to the finish line. But we're going to be talking today about certain things that you can do around your home to make a big difference this year. And in one of the January issues of the Angie's List Weekly, Michael Schrader talks about several steps that you can take toward a healthier home. And the first was ventilation. So I wanted to have you share with us some of the tips that he had in his piece there.
Yeah, he did write an article sort of giving you ideas about how to make your home healthier in a variety of capacities. And one of the things he talked about was ventilation. Now, one of the more expensive projects that you can do in that area is installing a whole house ventilation system.
Okay.
That's a thing that you probably want to research quite a bit by talking to a contractor and looking online before you undertake it.
Yeah.
If you'd like to do something that's a little smaller scale, just making sure the vents around your house are working properly is a good way to ensure that everything's functioning, you're not creating more damage in your home, and you're not creating health problems.
Yeah.
For example, bathroom vents, if they're not working properly, can lead to development of mold, and you obviously don't want that in your home because it can be adverse to your health. So
yeah, absolutely. And that all goes right in line with a lot of what we've been talking about today with Dave and the importance of taking care of your ductwork. What should you consider when it comes to green choices for furniture and flooring in the home? I thought this was really cool. It's something that probably doesn't cross a lot of people's minds, but I was interested to even learn about green furniture.
Yeah, and the tip that Michael includes in his story is about sort of focusing on furniture that does not have as many volatile organic compounds, or VOCs for short. It's something you find in a lot of consumer products on the market and a lot of home improvement products. So if you're considering a bookshelf, for example, you might not want to opt for the one made of particle board and really go for one that's made of solid wood products, other furniture that has natural products and natural fibers. That'll just make your home environment a little healthier, and ask whoever you're buying it from or research the manufacturer and find out what's in there.
Yeah, excellent advice. And thinking about healthier living around the home, even cleaning products are something that you're going to want to consider. Did you find that there were any safe products out there that you can use around your home?
Well, one of the things that's really easy to do, and maybe some people don't think of it. I actually started doing it in my home a couple years ago, but is making your own cleaning products. Vinegar, for example, is a multi-purpose substance that's completely non-toxic and harmful. You can mix it with a variety of things to clean almost anything in your house. If you mix it with olive oil, for example, you can use it for cleaning your floor.
Oh,
and I never knew that before I researched this article that I wrote about it. If you mix it with baking soda, that can be a great toilet scrubber. A lot of people do know that one. So that's a great option is using some natural substances to make your own products. And another option is just looking for some of the greener products that are on the market. That could be a little subjective because some products might be making claims to be green or healthy or non-toxic or safe,
Right.
and you don't really know if they are, but you can look for some cues that they might be. For example, having the EPA's Safer Choice label,
Yeah.
or just look at the list of products. Do you recognize what's in it?
Right. Yeah, that's very good advice to live by. So anyone concerned about the cleaning products they're using, there seems like a lot of really great homemade options to consider. When it comes to irrational fears about the home, I would say something that's at the top of my list, and maybe it's not irrational, but I probably overthink it more than I should. Carbon monoxide.
Mm-hmm.
You hear all the horror stories about it and how that the problems it can cause in your home. Are there ways that you can keep carbon monoxide in check in your home?
Well, I mean, I think one of the basic things that you can do is get a detector and kind of treat it like you do your smoke alarm. Make sure the batteries are working on a regular schedule, and that can help a lot. Another tip is just don't idle your car in the garage.
Yeah.
Obviously, that can be unsafe. And then for your fireplace, make sure you're having that inspected on a regular basis.
Right.
If something seems like it's not functioning correctly, you're going to want to get your chimney pro in there to look at it, make sure everything's ventilating properly, your flue is functioning, and so on.
Yeah, no question. There's definitely a lot of proactive measures you can take to protect yourself and your family. Circling back, I guess, to talking about cleaning, you had given some really great tips when it comes to uses for old T-shirts around the home. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think they make great rags. It's something I learned from my own mother. And I love to reuse and recycle things whenever possible. So
Yeah.
if you have a junky old towel or a junky old T-shirt, why not just cut it up into bits and use them as multi-purpose rags for around the home? I have an aunt who's really super duper crafty, and another tip for in that general area is if you can knit your own dishcloths.
Oh.
And that's sort of just ways to conserve and reuse and recycle within your own home.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think all of us know at least one family member who's been doing that for a long time, while the rest of us catch up and think, hey, actually, that's a really good idea. And talking about the cleaning supplies as well, either, maybe I'm replacing them with homemade or safe cleaning supplies, so I need to get rid of the existing ones I have, or it's just time to throw out old cleaning supplies. Are there proper ways for disposing of those that are going to be safe?
Yeah, obviously you don't want that stuff sitting around your home. I would recommend using up cleaning products that you do have if you're transitioning to using greener products or homemade products. Use them all up, recycle the bottles if you can. Most of them, I think, should have some kind of label that tells you how to properly dispose of them. Some recycling centers will take stuff that's toxic. Others can simply be poured down the drain.
Okay, yeah, all good options. As we come near the end here, I wanted to have you talk with us a little bit about the Angie's List Weekly piece on project safety. What are some steps that you can take to stay safe while you're completing DIY projects around your home this year?
Obviously, you don't want a home improvement project to turn into a medical disaster.
Yeah.
So, be very careful. Obviously, when you undertake any project in your home, know your limits, I guess, in terms of what you're capable of. And we recommend making sure your first aid kit is stocked, that you have proper supplies on hand for operating any power tools. If they recommend, the manufacturer, if they recommend using safety goggles, using gloves, do that. Make sure you don't have any loose hair, clothing.
Yeah.
Make sure if you're using a ladder, it's on a solid surface, that you're following instructions and have non-slip shoes. And just generally use your common sense in terms of embarking on any home improvement projects. Call a pro if you're not capable.
Absolutely. So are you going to be taking some of these safety tips from the AO Weekly and putting them into practice as you go about painting your bathroom this year?
I would say so. I would say that that's a project that requires proper ventilation, as we were talking about earlier. And Yeah, I'll just make sure not to be awkwardly standing on my my toilet when I'm trying to paint a corner of the ceiling.
That's a very good idea. Emily, I want to thank you for taking the time again to share with us on the show. We always enjoy having you on.
Thank you so much for having me, Kyle.
You can check out Emily's work by downloading the Angie's List Weekly on your iPad or Android device. You can download issues individually or even subscribe to get each issue as it releases. And you're also going to get an Angie's List membership include. Trust me, it's worth it. It's one of the coolest things that you'll have on your mobile device. Check it out. It's the Angie's List Weekly. Another big thank you today to Dave Adams of Alpine Maintenance Group for joining us on the show and sharing his tips. If you missed anything, you can download our Chat with the Experts podcast from iTunes and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on every show that we release. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us this morning. We're glad that you've tuned in. This is Chat with the Experts. I'm Kyle Hawk, and we'll catch you next time.
More than 2 million members use the power of Angie's List to find and hire great local service providers. Whether you need a plumber or a pet sitter, Angie's List has you covered. See ratings and reviews in hundreds of categories, shop popular offers, and request scheduling assistance directly online. Memberships start at just $9.99 per year. That's less than $1 a month. Join now and get 40% off with promo code WIBC40. Visit angieslist.com today.